HowExpert publishes quick, how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Caregiver Article. HowExpert lesson of the day, learn about caregiver. Your elderly parent needs rehab. What does that really mean? If your elderly parent has been in the hospital, and the doctor recommends admitting them to a rehab facility, how does it affect their health, finances, and living arrangements? Sometimes a person recovers quickly, and the stay is brief. Other times, recovery isn't possible, and long-term care is needed. Learning more about rehab stays and the potential outcomes can help prepare your parents and you as their caregiver. The goal of rehab is to make a person strong enough and capable of returning to the prior living arrangement. For an elderly parent, that may mean healing from an injury or rebuilding strength after being hospitalized for an illness. Inactivity, known as decreased mobility, affects anyone who needs to rest and recover. Laying in a hospital bed weakens muscles, lowers the appetite, and can make a person feel tired, despite the rest. For an elderly parent, the rest needed can lead to additional issues. Elderly people usually don't have the same reserves of energy and muscle mass that a younger person has. Being inactive can quickly weaken an elderly person, making it harder for them to regain their mobility. Decreased mobility lessens the appetite, and for the elderly, this can result in poor nutrition. Without proper nutrition, it is harder for an elderly person's body to repair the original injury or rebuild lost muscle. Decreased mobility can also lead to pressure sores. Many elderly people have thinner skin and less body fat than when they were young. The pressure of lying in bed can cause skin breakdown, or pressure sores, over bony areas like the heels, back, or buttocks. Being confined to a bed or chair can also be depressing, especially if recovery is slow. Elderly parents sometimes resent the loss of their abilities and control. This can lead to a cycle of immobility, especially if an elderly parent doesn't see enough results from rehab and therapy. Rehab staff provides therapy to strengthen the body and encouragement and support during the stay. While this can help many elderly parents, not everyone regains enough mobility to return home. During a rehab stay, your parents' Medicare insurance will cover some or all of the cost. If they have already met their deductible for the year, the first 20 days in rehab are covered, along with services like occupational and physical therapy. Days 21 to 100 have a daily copay, currently over $150 a day. If your parents have Private Advantage Plan insurance, the policy may have different rules and costs. Your parents will still have to pay the bills at home, like electric and gas, and make their regular rent payments if they live in an apartment. The costs can add up fast and make it difficult for parents on a limited income. If your parents haven't recovered after 100 days, Medicare and many insurance plans consider recovery unlikely. Medicare won't pay for services in rehab after 100 days. At this point, your parents may be too weak to return home safely, but unless they have insurance to cover long-term care, they must now pay the cost of room and board at a facility. The average cost of living in a nursing home facility is currently about $8,000 a month, a steep price to pay if your parents have limited income. Some adult children move their parents into their homes, and along with in-home health services, provide care. Medicaid, government health care for people with low incomes, covers nursing home costs, but not every elderly parent qualifies for this program. Care choices can be difficult, and being your parent's caregiver can be expensive and time-consuming. As their caregiver, discussing these issues with your elderly parents before a crisis occurs is the best way to be prepared. Understanding their insurance coverage and their desires if long-term care is needed helps everyone during this time. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on unique topics by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.